It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. And guys, for the Mavericks, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece.
The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. Certainly what we have in store for us today. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And of course, Devin Harris. He is still out of the lineup.
Kevin, so far they've been doing just fine without him. They took on a much different look when he went down, but it seemed to have suited them. They've added a few dimensions to their game that maybe they didn't even know they had before.
And what a luxury that is now, because you can ease him back into the rotation, allow him to get back into the flow without having to disrupt the rhythm of how well they played. So I think the team has definitely grown to be a lot stronger in his absence.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And the Bulls start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Pau Gasol is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Drummond in at 7.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Rose against Williams. Parsons outside. Picked by Williams. And Parsons kicks to Pachulia. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Williams with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against Brooklyn. Parsons against Butler. 6 to shoot. Here's Pachulia, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game right now. The first free throw is good.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
And so he makes both from the line. Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
Williams kicks to Parsons. Latrey. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
Here's Williams, following the score by Derrick Rose. Great open look there. Nowitzki's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Rose goes in, lays it up and banks it in.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Matthews. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
And the technical free throw is good.
And last year, we saw Coach Rick Carlisle pass the 600-win mark. Former Coach of the Year award winner, has had so much success here in Dallas. One of many coaches to play for the 80s Celtics.
Now here's Matthews. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates.
And so here is Chicago following the score by Dallas. Fast break, Dallas. Chance there to take the lead, missing. And with Coach Carlisle, who's had great success, Greg, as you're talking about, down in Dallas. Now in his 8th season, he's never finished under 500 with the Mavericks. Only finished under 500 once in his whole career. Clark, he only missed the playoffs twice as a head coach.
Well, we had him in Indiana, and he's fantastic as a basketball coach. And the Mavericks have made it known that he can hang around and coach as long as he'd like to. That's pretty high praise for Rick Carlisle.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Good on the shot. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
It's Matthews on the wing. To the inside, Pachulia. Almost, but it rolls out. Chicago leading. And here's Rose outside, and Pachulia pulls it down. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Matthews kicks to Williams. Parsons outside. Feeds it to Pachulia. Outside Williams lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Dallas.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
Coach told me that defensively, he's not even sure how you contain Dirk Nowitzki offensively. He said he really has an unstoppable shot with that turnaround. I don't know how you stop it, but we're going to try. Guys, it always helps to have those athletic, rangy defenders who can at least get a hand in his face. We'll see what matchup they go with defensively.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Nowitzki after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Rose double teamed. Gasol with it, now guarded by Parsons. They get it again. Off target at the rim.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
He dishes it to Williams. Floats one, and he sinks the layup. Williams has got 7 points in the game.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Rose against Williams. Elbow shot. And it falls over the rim and in. 6 points for Rose.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around 3.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. And Clark, for Darren Williams, he clearly has the handle and the strength to get to the basket, but no longer the explosion that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, he's had some ankle injuries, and that certainly is a part of that. And he's also in his 30s now, so largely a perimeter jump shooter, but still can impact the game with his deep shooting and playmaking.
And both free throws good for Williams.
You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game for the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in. A lot of dirt, high posts, and push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the three and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots. And the Mavs did that last season. And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Some changes for Chicago. Splitter comes in for Drummond. And Taj Gibson is subbed in for Pau Gasol. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Now Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Trying to find Parsons and gets it to him. Nowitzki for 3. And Splitter pulls it down.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
One misses. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Butler. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Nowitzki. 23 points for him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't. Most of the time, that shot will go down. But the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Williams passes to Nowitzki. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 6 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And Berea subbed in for Wesley Matthews. Right, he's checked in for Chicago. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Derrick Rose. Now here's Berea. 11-point game his last outing. On the wing, Williams, defended by Gibson. Berea dishes to Villanueva. Puts the move on. Cannot hit. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And it could have been a lot closer than it was down the stretch, though. They were terrific.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job closing the door and keeping it out of reach at the end.
Now here's Butler. Game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. 4 on the clock. And again, Chicago, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Williams kicks to Berea. Dishes to Villanueva. On the wing, Williams. A baseline J. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Here's Gibson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Outside Williams. Berea kicks to Anderson. Screen by Villanueva. Parsons with it, now guarded by Gibson, and they take the lead. Villanueva's got his first points of the game.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Wright sets a screen. The 3, that's good. And the Bulls lead by 1. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
I'd say, 8 lead changes, that speaks for itself.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Now here's Williams. He's got 9. We've got 1:48 left here in the opening quarter. Parsons with a screen on Butler. Williams attacking. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Butler passes to Gibson. Inside, it's stolen by Berea. It's 2-on-1. On up the court. Williams kicks to Berea. Now the feed to Parsons. The pass to Anderson. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Clarkson kicks to Wright. It's hauled in by Villanueva. The Mavericks trail. Williams dishes to Berea. He feeds it to Villanueva. Parsons attacking. Down low. Villanueva with the bucket. Villanueva's got his second bucket of the game to go. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. Not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Outside Williams. He kicks to Villanueva. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. "19 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Wright sets a screen. With 1 on the clock, good.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Dirk Nowitzki still remembers the Mavs 2011 championship. He said he'd love to get one more before it's all said and done.
Not even a little bit.
That 11th season I'll never forget, but once you tasted the victory, you see how great that felt, and how happy the city was, and it was just one big party over the whole summer, so you want that again. You want to experience it again.
One's definitely not enough for Dirk. He's been to the mountaintop and he wants more. Another trip there would be terrific for him. He's been to the finals twice.
Yeah, and you heard him. It was like the whole city was having one big party all summer long because they were there. How could you not want to have that experience once again?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Clarkson is out there with J.R. Smith. Then there's Nikola Mirotic. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Mavs made the playoffs again last season. 14th playoff berth for them in the last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs have made more, Greg, over that time frame.
Yeah, and they had a tough first-round opponent in the #2 seed, Houston. A good old Texas tussle between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
Yeah, and the Mavs got bounced out by the Rockets in 5 games in round 1. They were able to avoid the sweep, but losing the first 3 was way too much to overcome.
Smith no good on the free throw.
And for Dallas in the playoffs, really it didn't help to have the Rondo drama going on at the time. Even if that hadn't happened, though, you got the feeling that they were overmatched against a red-hot Houston team.
Now here's Barea. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And on the season, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And he makes the first. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the 2nd most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
Mavericks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in, and Pachulia drops them both.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
From 10 feet out, and Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight. Mavericks trailed by 4. Here is Felton. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Matthews goes in and stolen by Drummond. And oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. Here's Rose. Rejected by Nowitzki. Felton the pass to Anderson. Kicks it to Matthews. Pass to Nowitzki. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Nowitzki's got 8.
Yeah, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
And that one's good. Rose has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bulls.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And Matthews gets it to go.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Smith kicks to Gasol. Screen by Smith. Gasol dishes to Smith. From deep, Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose. Dallas has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Outside, Felton. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. The Mavericks have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And that one misses. One thing that can be said for Dirk is that he has been incredible in terms of an ambassador for the game. We know he's a Hall of Fame player, but what he's done off the floor and just everything for the European player coming into this league has been groundbreaking.
And Kevin, for me, he was an inspiration. I mean, he really opened the doors for a lot of European players to come over, and not just come over, but to be impactful. As you mentioned, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and that really has set the stage for this infusion of making our game truly global.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Matthews against Smith. From the top of the key. Gasol, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Williams passes to Matthews. Nowitzki with the screen on Mirotic. And it's Matthews again missing. Bulls have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Right side Gasol. Lots of room. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 8 points for Pau Gasol.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
The Bulls have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. They set the pick. Screen by Smith. Shoots the 3. Rose can't hit.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Williams kicks to Anderson. A 3-ball. Gasol with the rebound. Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. At the elbow, it's Rose. Shoots from 12. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Matthews with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Nowitzki. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Now here's Williams after the miss from Pau Gasol. It's Williams with the drive. Matthews, no one around him, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Rose against Williams. That doesn't go either for Rose.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Matthews. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Matthews has got 5 points now this quarter. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
With a break in the action, let's now view the NBA assist leaders. Derrick Rose third.
You know, the best passers always know where everybody is on the floor, especially their teammates. And they've got it down to an art form as to how to get their teammates the ball.
A different look for Dallas. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Pachulia. Parsons comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Barea subbed in for Anderson. Now, here's Clarkson. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
That's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
You know, Williams is playing very well. He has 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Dallas might always be considered a football town, but they take their basketball seriously here too. Huge attendance numbers, a long string of games for consecutive sellouts for the Mavs, not only last season, but for many years gone by.
And how about being third in the league in average attendance? And by percentages, they were first as they oversold the capacity of their stadium on average.
It's deflected, and he's able to get it back.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
It's Matthews on the wing. At the elbow, it's Parsons. Dallas, no good that time either.
You know, for the Mavs fans filling up the building, they had good reason to. I mean, really strong 27-14 record for the Mavericks at home last season.
And that one's good. Right.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now here's Matthews. 7 points in the game.
And it's been a long time since the Mavs have had a losing record here at home. Their strength in Dallas is part of why they've been a contender for the better part of the last 2 decades.
Here's Wright. Clarkson dishes to Gibson. Splitter sets a screen. Passes it to Butler. Splitter with a screen on Williams. Butler attacking. Parsons with the rebound.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Now here's Wright. He's got 6. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And every time you think one team's got something going, the other seems to respond.
Seesawing back and forth in the balance this game has been. Neither team giving an inch.
Here's Parsons. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Chicago calls timeout, and this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Williams. Right outside. Here's Clarkson. Got a piece of it. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. Dish now to Barea. And Villanueva kicks to Matthews. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
And he can't hit the second.
And for Matthews, you know, he knows that he's a strong defender. And so last year, his claim was that he was the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Now here's Butler. He's got 10. It's stolen by Barea. Pass break, Dallas. Barea with the ball. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Listen, he has a chance to be considered the best two-way player at his position, and not sure if he is the clear-cut winner of that debate, but he is in the conversation.
Felton the pass to Barea. 1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Dallas, no good that time either. Chicago's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Butler from outside. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Parsons outside. There's a good screen. And it's Matthews again missing. Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Here's Butler. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. And it's a 3-point Bulls lead. And here's Barea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Matthews up top. Parsons with a screen on right. Matthews dishes to Parsons. And he gets it to go.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Clarkson. And the rebound goes to Villanueva. Villanueva's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Felton with the ball. Parsons outside. One second left, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the Bulls.
I'm here with Rick Carlisle, and Coach, what have you not liked so far about the way your team is playing?
Well, we weren't into it. We missed the block out. We were taking a couple of bad shots, so we just need to refocus. Key in this game, we got to take away their open jump shots and threes, and we got to rebound.
Coach, thank you for your time, guys. Visibly frustrated over here on the sideline.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest, because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Drummond with a screen on Matthews, and they double up Butler. Rose kicks to Drummond, rejected by Nowitzki. Matthews passes to Williams. It's Matthews on the wing, defended by Butler. Butler against Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Fades and shoots. Here's Nowitzki. Good D by Drummond. Chicago trailing here. Butler in the corner. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Butler's got 17.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special. That combination is a winning one.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Rose dishes to Butler. Gasol setting the pick for Butler, and they double up Butler. In the corner, Drummond with it. Smith outside, launches a 3. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Pachulia. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Gasol, a screen on Matthews. Butler kicks to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And 12 points for Pau Gasol.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And the Mavericks call time here. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
An update from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. The focus of their discussion was getting their offense to run through Butler. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Right side Rose, and Drummond throws it down.
Assist from Derrick Rose.
Mavericks trail by 4. Nowitzki with the screen on Rose. Williams passes to Pachulia. And a pick bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Pachulia's got 8 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Rose against Williams. Rose, no good. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Williams dishes to Nowitzki. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. To the inside, here's Gasol. Can't get it to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Outside Matthews. And it's Nowitzki penetrating, and that is good. Nowitzki's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Pass to Smith, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Here's a look at the stats for Nowitzki. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he's such a big presence for them on the inside.
Yeah, whether it's sending shots back airmail or cleaning the glass, he's the total package.
Pick by Williams, and Matthews kicks to Pachulia. Butler with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Nowitzki with the screen on Rose. Over in the corner, Matthews. It's Nowitzki, top of the key. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bagels in the second.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Williams passes to Parsons. Back to Williams. Nowitzki up top. Plenty of space. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Gasol. Screen by Smith. Gasol kicks to Smith. Feeds to Drummond. The Mavericks pull it in. Pachulia's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now Williams. He's got 13. Kicks it out to Parsons. He dishes it to Pachulia. It's stolen by Rose. In transition, here come the Bulls. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Now here's Williams. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Shot off the screen. Here's Matthews. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. The Bulls leading by 4. Outside Rose. Looking to get it going. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Darren Williams.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
First one falls for him. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
He's perfect from the line this time. Mavericks trail by 6. Anderson outside. Dishes it to Villanueva. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close range points. You got to have those.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And you know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
To the inside. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Chicago making a switch here. Lights checked in. Mavericks trail by 5. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Anderson with the ball. Now right defending. Berea dishes to Nowitzki. A fadeaway. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Splitter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Mirotic kicks to right. No good from outside. Dallas has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Screen by Villanueva. Felton against Gibson. The feed to Nowitzki. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. To the paint. Here's Wright, and he banks in the layup. Wright's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Nowitzki a screen. Berea the pass to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. Felton kicks to Nowitzki. And that one's good. Nowitzki's got the game tied up here for Dallas.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Clarkson. Berea pulls it in.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Felton can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Right against Anderson. Splitter kicks to Clarkson. And the pass to Wright. Those 3-pointers off the mark. A chance here to retake the lead.
You can see the intensity on display here these last few minutes.
Shot by Villanueva, no good.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Gibson. And that one comes up a bit short. Dallas shooting 43% from the floor. Felton dishes to Villanueva. Up top, Berea, covered by Mirotic. Berea kicks to Nowitzki. For the lead, and he gets it to go. Nowitzki's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Chicago calls timeout.
And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
Some defensive wizards among the NBA's freshman class this season. Let's now take a look at the rookie steal leaders. And you look at Anderson, 5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Yeah, and I think it's a unique talent and instinct he has. I mean, timing out the dribble, seeing the pass before it happens. Really excellent hands when he goes to strip the ball, and I think he's only going to get better.
As you said, the Mavs just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They really carved out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Right. That's a two-pointer, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Now, here's Barea. He's covered by Clarkson. For the three, and that one's good. Barea's got his first 3 points of the game.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Nice spin off the left rim and in. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nowitzki, the pass to Villanueva. And Gibson sends it back. Right outside. He feeds it to Splitter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. First trip to the line for him here.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. 9 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Nowitzki right side. Off target with the open look. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bulls lead by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And Chicago has possession. They lead by 1. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Smith is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. Rose attacking. Matthews with the rebound. Matthews has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Barea. Williams dishes to Parsons. Clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. No good. Good D by Drummond. Parsons drawn 1 of 6 shooting from the field. Gasol a screen. Williams against Butler. Deflects the pass and stolen by Parsons. Outside Williams. Barea kicks to Pachulia. It's tipped and stolen by Drummond. He's got a clear path. Here's Butler. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Matthews. They grab their own miss. Rejected by Gasol. Smith outside. From the wing. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. And now a 5-point Bulls lead. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. There's a good screen. And here's Parsons. On the wing, Williams. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Chicago leading by 5. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Pau Gasol was the #3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
And the first one at the line is good. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Barea kicks to Parsons. There's a screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Smith outside. He kicks to Gasol. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Gasol's got the lead up to 7 now for Chicago.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Barea, the pass to Pachulia. Over in the corner, Matthews. Kicks it to Pachulia. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Rose. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Shot off the screen. Here's Butler. And finally they hit one. 8 points for Andre Drummond.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
And Williams, here we go. That drops.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Drummond. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Barea with it. And Pachulia now atop the key. Pass to Williams. There's the screen. No good on the triple. The Bulls leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Gasol.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Gasol hits them both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
This is it to Matthews. From the arc. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists now in the game. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. You know, went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And the Mavericks call time here.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up. Has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
All right, Doris. Matthews dishes to Williams. Nowitzki shoots from 14. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Nowitzki's got 14 points now in the second half. To the middle. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Rose. Gasol's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Williams against Rose. Top of the key. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his third rebound on the night.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Now Williams. Nowitzki a screen. To the right side. Fires from deep. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And that's now 27 points for Nowitzki.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he lead up?
Chicago calls timeout. For Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Checked in for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 9.
And guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries only affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year. Oh! That athletic.
Yeah. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. a big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Jumper off the screen, off the left rim and out. Mavericks trail by 9. Outside Williams. Now the dish to Nowitzki. The Bulls shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Rose attacking. Parsons with some nice D. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Now here's Williams. Nowitzki with the screen on right. Clock at 4. Williams. Here's Pachulia. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Check out the game for Pachulia. 12 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Dallas calls timeout. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Here's Williams. Nowitzki outside. Shot clock at 6. Feeds it to Pachulia. Second shot opportunity, and the layup good by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Rose. Shoots from the elbow. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 12 points here for Drummond.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
Outside Rose. A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. And right with the basket on the assist by Rose. And the Bulls lead by 9.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Dishes it to Parsons. Wide open. Good. A nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. The Bulls leading by 7. Rose kicks to right. Drummond working against Nowitzki. And slam dunk by Butler.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Julia the pass to Parsons. Second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 8. And Pachulia drops them both. And Chicago shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. And there's the feed to Gasol. He dishes it to right. Back to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. That's short off the rim. And so it's Dallas with it. And Parsons kicks to Matthews. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that's now 33 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Outside Rose. Gasol dishes to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
And so here is Dallas. 7-point differential. Sinks it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for Dallas, Derrick Rose, taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
Williams for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Outside Rose. And so it's Chicago winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Derek, you certainly were competing at a high level. How are you feeling out there?
It's fun, man, playing against a team like that where offensively they can put points up on the board. It's just fun competing against them. Tonight was a challenge. Missed a lot of shots I normally hit, but we was lucky to held on.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. How'd you feel about his performance, Kenny?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, you know, when Butler's on the court, he's going to come at you in all sorts of ways. I mean, defensively, offensively, this guy can just flat out play. Let's not forget he's an all-star, too.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.